It's the issue of contingent national unity. I may rightfully say that it was not intended to be a political party as such, but a tool to find out where exactly the previous African National Union was. Right. And then also, if you look at the movement, the journey, the trip, the political travel that we went through, though it was not easy. It was a situation whereby you find that there's been a time when we confronted the Electoral Commission of Namibia to talk about the registration of the Cadetcha Financial Unit, which was supposed to be sort of abbreviated or shortened as CANU, part of Namibia, where they said, no, this one cannot be registered because the abbreviation is exactly as the very previous African National Union, which was for mid-60s. That was the definite political hunt which we were hunting for. And you find that when I'm talking about this issue, I should not forget about the involvement of Mr. Kapala Benson, who was together with me. But through the process, like what my president said, that's when now we started. When we received the answer from the Electoral Commission of Namibia, we were very busy looking for a leader of the Caprivi African National Union to revive the structure of the Caprivi African National Union, and we came, across his name, and then we said, this is the man who is supposed to be in the forefront of the Caprivi African National Union. It's not something which is, should be regarded as an easy issue or an easy task, to fight for CANU, because each time, like maybe you rightfully alluded to the fact that when Mr. Lukato wanted to register his Caprivi National Democratic Party, he was told, don't register as Caprivi National Democratic Party because it was going to sound ethnic. So for us to come with a contention, we wanted to remove that issue of ethnic, but less did the ECN, knew that it was kind of, a political ambush. And they gave us what we wanted. They told us that CANU was there rightfully, resulting with SWAPO. For us it was good. And that's why we said, fine, let's continue with the structure of CANU, Caprivi African National Union. Right. And also on the issue of, does there exist a merger between CANU and SWAPO? Yes, the merger is there. Look, the ECN pointed out to the merger. You see now, the documents are there. We have got letters signed by ECN, number one. Number two, if you read this book, To Be Born in a Nation, which was published by SWAPO, arm of information and publicity, page 176, it says, Caprivi African National Union merged with SWAPO. Read Where Others Wavered, it talks about the same story. Read Libertina Madila's book, it talks about the same story. Read all the historical books which are being studied and led by our learners in schools. It talks about whatever. So now, where can these people say there was no merger? The merger was there, and the merger is still there, it still stands, because there are no documents up to now which cancels the merger, because the merger is still there. That's why Cadetcha Financial Unit was not registered, because there was already an existence between SWAPO and CANU as two merged parties, like what my president said and whatever. So now, also, if you look at what we are trying to do at the moment, like we said, that we approach the United Nations. United Nations is a big body. It has got some instruments. United Nations is for peace and unity. If you want to fight, you cannot fight United Nations, because you will never fight any single country, any single nation and whatever. You just have to use the instruments of the United Nations, because these guys are for peace. That's why we wrote several letters to UN to say, UN, please, can you mediate between CANU, Caprivi African National Union, which has got a history for Caprivians, as a tool, as an instrument, as a property of Caprivians, between CANU and SWAPO. So we wrote them, a lot of letters. Whatever. SWAPO received letters through State House. UN received the letters. That's why today we are at the point of disputing those political parties. I mean, there are political positions to say. A Prime Minister's position is CANU. Political defense is CANU and whatever. You asked the question, what's going to happen and what are we going to do if these guys resist? Any disputed position, I'll tell you, once we dispute a position, dispute means court action. Once you say disputed, it means court action. Now, like what my president is saying, we are not joking, we are very serious, we have gone for a dispute, we have told the United Nations, these positions are disputed. What's going to follow now is the court action to say, can those positions be vacated with immediate effect from the 1st of August? All the positions are supposed to be vacated. You see, because any disputed position, there's no one supposed to sit in that position because it belongs to nobody, unless a decision has been taken, unless a political settlement has been taken, unless whatever, because there is a measure here. It's only the measure that makes us to say whatever we are busy saying, to say whatever we are busy saying or telling SWAPO that no, please, we want these positions because we are part and parcel of this government. It's a joint government. If CANU did not fight, if CANU did not sign any measure, if CANU did not whatever, because Caprivi was not supposed to, was not going to be that side. But just because there was an involvement of CANU here, like they said, political marriage and whatever, you find that yes, we are saying we are part and parcel of the ruling class. So we are a ruling class, no matter what. We are not an opposition in Namibia, never. As long as SWAPO is there, ruling, standing, CANU will always be there, ruling and standing and whatever. So we are not an opposition. Unless SWAPO, when they becomes an opposition, then CANU will also be an opposition because there are two. And there have been two. And they will remain two. If the contrary needs to be proven, then whatever they are going to say, that's when now, through all the legal instruments, we can say we are separating, we are divorcing, we are cut, we are totally withdrawn from each other. But as for now, we are blood thick and water together in the same skin. Ask me a question, Mr. Mames.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as you are saying, you are disputing on those
positions.
You mean your membership, are you SWAPO?
CANU,
CANU is not
in a major dispensation.
Are you your membership now? When it comes to your members,
let me clear.
Do you campaign?
Let me clear that one.
Okay, sorry. All right.
In a major dispensation, whoever voted for SWAPO was voting for CANU. Whoever voted for CANU was voting for SWAPO because there's a major.
Okay.
Yes. But there must be a line of dichotomy to say CANU must have its own identity. SWAPO must have its own identity. Hence we are saying SWAPO should not have the power to swallow CANU. Never. Because even whoever were the proponents of this measure were supposed to sign what we call a unity accord to govern us structurally, to say, let me tell you today, you see, in that position of Prime Minister, that is the position which Caprivians were supposed to be, be dancing or to be sitting politically. And if people says, today, the Vice President of SWAPO tomorrow must be the President, then it was supposed to reflect like that. That who comes from Caprivi as Caprivi African National Union leader, as Vice President's position was supposed to be the next President of the country according to the current arrangements of SWAPO and whatever. You see that one? It's not supposed to be Heke Gengop. It's supposed to be, an appointed president of CANU who happens to be the vice president or the prime minister of the country to be the next president as the political, arrangements and whatever. So that one, even if you go away or whatever, it's supposed to be like that. That's why United Nations today is very much interested. United Nations, yes, is interested in blood, to see blood. That's when they can come and call because, they are people of peace and whatever. But with, the zeal and the understanding and the prudence which you are supposed to have to say, let us make use of the United Nations instruments. These are the instruments that we're going to use. I don't believe that, no, we're going to fight anybody. No, like, my president has said that, no. The strength of a pen is more than that one of a sword or of a gun. We are going to use pen, ink, and brains in order to defeat whatever is going to stand in our way. But we stand on record to say, if and anything happens, we'll go for a referendum to test the public opinion of the Caprivians. Do they want to be that side, or they want to be on their own, or they want self-autonomy, or whatever it will be? That will be determined by the people of Caprivi themselves. Yes.
As the secretary for CANU now,
yes,
you are the one who are writing.
Yes.
So would you highlight us a bit of any other latest information from United Nations, international community,
yes,
sister political parties,
yes,
help you on this one?
Latest information, from the United Nations desk is that, look, they are saying, like what my president said, look, there was this proclamation 147 of 1939, which was researched by Legal Assistance Center. Those people sat in Windhoek, UN and Legal Assistance Center, to verify the authenticity of the existence of that proclamation. Whatever they found, we are still going to be called to go and listen to what they found. But what we know is that a lot of research has happened, a lot of research has taken place, and whatever. That issue is going that way. 1. 2, we are saying, UN, please, can you mediate? Can you respond? They have responded. That's, yes, they've received our disputed positions and whatever, and follow-up action is going to take place. So it means that whatever document that we send to these people, they share it with other organizations, in the United Nations body and things like that. So we are seeing that no, we are going into the right direction. Yes, because even when it comes to these disputes, the moment you go in the courts of laws, I'm telling you, where there is a dispute, there will be another dispute which is going to follow, there will be another dispute which is going to follow. Like you are saying, why a lot of time has taken place. That lot of time has taken place is going to decay whatever is going to stand in a way, because parastatals which are owned by SWAPO should be disputed, positions disputed, whatever disputed, elections disputed, this and that disputed, and a lot of disputes are going to follow. And if a lot of disputes are going to follow, United Nations must come in to handle the situation, the political situation. You see, because some of the issues were done by them. We were not part and parcel of the decision making. They were done by them, and whatever. That's why they are there. You see now? So we are saying whatever dispute, whether little, whether big, whether small, whether whatever, is supposed to be on record, because these ones are the cases of Caprivians, and these are properties of Caprivians. Yes.
Okay. What has been said.
Thank you.
Otherwise,
you're going to sum up.
Is clear.
Thank you.
Maybe your final word. Then I think your final word, and then
I just want to thank
the president.
I just want to thank Caprivi newspaper, Caprivi Vision newspaper, because it even carried an article who has got the power to revive CANU. I got that article. I read it, and even 2 days back I was reading it.
You're still having that?
I'm having it because it refreshed my mind.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh. You didn't see it? I have it on my laptop. I have it on my laptop. I was going to show you. I have it on my laptop. Yeah. So it refreshed my mind. It's even refreshing my mind. You see, according to the history of Caprivi and things like that. So also now let me thank my president and my vice president, as well as the secretary for defense. They spoke very well. We want to defend the political aspirations of the Caprivians. And when it comes to name change, just over there, Caprivi cannot just change at the blink of an eye. Never. Never. Just at the blink of an eye, never. Caprivians were supposed to be consulted, and they should be consulted. Up to now, they should be consulted. Whether there is whichever parliament, whichever laws, whichever whatever, Caprivians needs to be consulted. That's the situation.